Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna be doing a Q&A. I don't know if I have a lot of questions just because I posted it maybe an hour ago. So I'm just gonna answer a few questions and then I'm just gonna do a little light life update kind of thing. So I'm gonna get started, and there's a lot of questions that were repeated more than once. Well, repeated. So I'm just gonna narrate, or if it's very similar, I'm just gonna answer one. So the first question, ¿Cuándo vienes a Cali? So when they're asking when I'm going to California again. I was actually just there this weekend, but I was just there for Friday. I had a wedding, but we had our church retreat right after back in Phoenix. So we drove back. We got there like 11, not even focused on that, yeah. We got there like 11 p.m. on Thursday. We had the wedding on Friday and we drove back like 5 in the morning on Saturday. So the next time I'm back, I'm not even sure when I'm going back. I'm gonna go, I know the next time I go is for my cousin's wedding and for Jason's birthday party, but that's like late July and I'm not going for work, so it's just gonna be to see family. And then the second question is, who's your favorite cousin? So this is from my cousin Crystal, and I don't have a favorite cousin, but I guess I guess I could answer who I'm closest to, and it is Crystal, my cousin Crystal. I am closer to her, even though we don't talk or text every day. I feel like she's the one I'll text if something's going on. So yeah, it's Crystal. Who's your favorite cousin, Crystal? Hopefully it's me. We have so many cousins and I love all of them, but Crystal's just like mom vibes, you know. Okay, so the next question is from my husband. Why are you so cute? I think it's amor del cuervo. I don't know how you say that in English, but it's because I'm your wife, so you think I'm cute. So next question, have you ever been asked to do any weird photo shoots in the past? Actually, I have done a very awkward photo shoot. Long story short, this girl wanted maternity pictures, she wanted nude pictures, and I don't do that often, but I didn't think it was weird because I'm a girl, she's a girl, we pretty much all have the same body. It's just, someone's bigger on this side, whatever. So I was like, okay, whatever. So she asked if I had a studio. I don't have a studio, and she's actually in California, but this was before I moved. So then she booked a hotel room because she wanted like a bathtub kind of thing, like milk bath photos and everything. So she booked a hotel room, and yeah, it was fine. Like halfway through the photo shoot, I just hear when you put the key in and then it just unlocks and then someone opens it. Well, it was her baby daddy, and he showed up, and I was like, oh, he's probably just gonna look. Tell me why he just starts taking his clothes off, not in front of me, but he just told his girlfriend, like, I'll be back, babe, I'm just gonna change really quick. And I was like, oh, he's probably gonna wear something. So he comes out from the restroom with those little towels just covering it, and I wasn't even married yet, and it was so awkward. And I tried to act, you have to keep it professional, but I had never seen anything like that, so I was, yeah, pretty disgusting. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't make things awkward, but it was pretty awkward for me. And so now every time someone asks me for maternity photos, I'm just like, I just do outdoors. So yeah, I think that's been the weirdest, because they didn't even, I think she knows I probably would have been uncomfortable, so I think that's why she didn't ask, and she just brought her mans, and pretty awkward. Next one, why don't we hang out? You're amazing soul and beyond beautiful. Thank you. I look cute because I put makeup on. You haven't seen me without it. I'm just kidding. So we've been really busy lately with church stuff and work, but I think we should hang out soon. We'll plan something out, and it's hot, but we can probably get in the pool or something. Okay, so then the next question is, can you and Diego adopt me? We're currently not taking any applications for adoption because nobody got time for that, or I don't have that kind of money, Jamie, but you can come visit us and eat with us whenever you want. Okay, what do you like better, cats or dogs? This is important. Okay, you obviously don't know me because I'm not even gonna say this word because then people are gonna attack me, but I don't like cats. I'm scared of them. I will never get close to one willingly, and I will never own one. So I actually had a dream that Diego bought me a cat. Like, this was maybe like last week that he bought me a cat, and he was so mad at me, and he pretty much dumped me because I didn't want it and I didn't want to touch it. And he was like yelling to the whole world that I was being so extra and that I'm so childish, but I'm like legitimately scared of cats. So dogs. And then I don't like dogs living inside, so just outdoor dogs. Okay, do you prefer cubed ice or crushed ice like from Chick-fil-A? Honestly, ice, there is a difference in ice and it does taste different. I love the Chick-fil-A ice. It's so good. I think QT has it too. It's like this gas station who has it. Is it AM/PM? I don't know. It's one of those, but I love Chick-fil-A ice. Are you ever scared your snack is gonna get stuck in a vending machine? Well, I've never thought about that, but I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. That's funny. Okay, so how did you and your husband meet? Diego and I met at, okay, we met through Instagram, and before it was so embarrassing saying it, but you know what, whatever, like everyone is meeting through social media now. It's a thing, but when we met it wasn't a thing yet, so I still thought it was kind of creepy. Long story short, we had a friend in common. That friend used to live here in Phoenix and then moved to California, and then I met that friend and we became friends, obviously, whatever. And he posted a picture and I commented on it, and I think Diego thought it was funny, so my page was public and he went to my Instagram and he liked one picture. We were kind of playing tag, and then I went to his page and I liked another picture, and then we were just playing tag, and then he commented on one of my older pictures and he said, hey, something about, what did he say? He said, I hope you're Christian. No, he said, you're very beautiful and you're Christian. I was wondering if you live in Phoenix so I can take you out for some coffee. So then I had a lot of pretendientes back in the day. I'm just kidding. So there was this guy that I was talking to when Diego and I started talking. We weren't talking, but I liked him and I think he liked me. So then I was like, I'm just gonna DM him because then the guy I'm talking to was gonna see whatever. So I DM'd him and I'm like, hey, thanks. I don't live in Phoenix, I live in Long Beach, whatever. Long story short, that was Thursday, and then on Friday he had to go to San Diego for his best friend's military, something with the military ceremony, and they ended up switching it to Redondo Beach, and Redondo Beach isn't too far from my church, so I invited him to youth service and I picked him up at his hotel. How creepy. But before that, I did ask my friend who had him as a friend. I'm like, is this a real person? Because I don't want to get catfished or get killed. So yeah, when I confirmed that this was a real person, I was like, okay, whatever. So I just risked my life. But then after we went to dinner with my sisters and stuff, and they met him. So that's how him and I met. It was like planned, like, you know. I mean, it was like laid out so perfectly. Okay, so what lens are you going to use? I don't know what that means. Maybe like, what's my go-to lens? My go-to lens currently is the Sigma Art 35mm 1.4. I'm obsessed with that lens. I had seen people post about it and stuff, and I always wanted it. I've been wanting it maybe for like 2-3 years, and Diego got it for my birthday this year. So that's my go-to lens. I haven't, before that one it was a 50mm 1.4, but now the 35 is amazing, so I don't even want to go back to the 50. The 50 is really amazing too. Okay, so how have you been? Also, is Diego from Nogales? Hi friend. No, Diego isn't from Nogales, but Nogales is really close to Phoenix, and he actually has his aunt, his mom's sister, and her family lives out there. And so the times that I've gone to Nogales, well, the time Okay, let me go back. So I started my braces. I got my braces in Nogales, so I would drive to Nogales every single month for braces until I met my bosses and they do my braces now. Braces, I don't know why I said that weird, but anyway, no, he's not from Nogales. He's actually from Chihuahua, and we're actually going to Chihuahua next month. We're going from the 2nd through the 9th, and he hasn't been there in like 15 years. Because another thing, life update, in February he had his interview with his immigration interview, and he got all his paperwork and he got his green card and everything in March, so he can legally go to Chihuahua now, and we're finally gonna go next month. So yeah. And then, do you miss me? I miss you. What was your first impression of me? I do miss you. I miss you. I miss Pepe. I miss your husband. So my first impression of you, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little intimidated by you because you have kind of like a mean face at first. You kind of have like your eyebrows lifted and you're kind of like, but yeah, I was pretty intimidated by you, but you're really sweet and you're like one of the sweetest people I know, so I think you just have the face. Okay, and so the last question, there's actually a lot of these questions, but I'm just gonna answer it in one. It's a question that I've been avoiding for a while now, about my baby. People are just asking like, hey, how's your pregnancy going, like belly bump, whatever, like update, what are you having, do you have a name picked out, just a bunch of stuff. And I actually had a miscarriage and I haven't posted anything about it because I don't know how to make a post about, hey, I had a miscarriage, you know, it's kind of weird. I don't know, I just don't know how to put it into words or in a post, and it's been kind of tough. So yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of talk about it a little bit right now. So I did have a miscarriage. I announced, if you guys have me on Instagram, I announced my pregnancy on March 3rd. So everything was going well, and on March 22nd I started, well before that, maybe like March 20th, I started spotting. I would go to the restroom, and I'm just gonna start with what happened. I went to the restroom and I started spotting. Not in my underwear, but just I would pee and I would wipe a little bit of blood. And then on the 22nd I decided to go to urgent care, and in urgent care they told me to go straight to the ER because they didn't have what they needed to see if I was okay. So I went and they told me everything was fine. My cervix was still closed. They did an ultrasound and everything was fine, but I just had a feeling, like I had a bad feeling. And then I went back on the 24th because it just started, like blood just started coming down. Sorry, TMI, but I went, and on that day, that's when they told me that my cervix opened and that I had a miscarriage. So I was 11 weeks and a day when it happened. So yeah, I had a miscarriage, and it was like 4 days before my birthday. So I think a lot of people found out the day of my birthday because a lot of people were messaging me like, hey, happy birthday, like you're gonna be such a great mom, this is your year, whatever, like all that stuff. And I know people said it like, you know, with good intentions, but they didn't know that I had a miscarriage, and I didn't expect them to know because it was so recent. So yes, I had a miscarriage, and there's a lot of questions behind that too. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can message me, but I know like some people do know, and some people ask me on the ask me questions, whatever, if Diego and I are trying. So I don't know, it doesn't feel like we're trying. Honestly, I'm kind of scared to try again. It's kind of, I don't know, there's so much going on in my head, but as of now we're not trying. If it happens, it does, but Anyway, if you guys have questions about this topic, because surprisingly I found out a lot of people had miscarriages, and it's just something that people don't really talk about, and it's so common, and it can happen to anyone, and it's very risky for your first pregnancy, and it happened to me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen to you, but if it does happen, or if you guys have questions about it, you guys can message me. I'm very open about it, and don't feel bad asking me questions. I'm fine. But if you guys have questions about it, please message me on my Instagram. DMs are open. Or if you guys, I actually changed my phone number, so you guys don't have my phone number, but you guys can DM me. But yeah, that's it for today. I know there's a few more questions, but with Diego, and I'll probably make a separate video with him. But that's it for today's video. If you guys have any questions, just make sure to DM me. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know about sharing, because that's really weird. Like, who's gonna want to watch this, you know? But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys on my next video. Bye.